Define our state's character. Here's Kevin Mackey with the best of Montana moment. Sponsored by Montana Chevy Dealers.
Between Sheridan and Alder stands an inn once known as a major transportation hub. After gold was discovered in nearby Alder Gulch in 1863, fortune seekers and other travelers rested here before moving on to their destinations. It was touted as a notorious stop-off, but like many tales of the Wild West, its reputation was greatly exaggerated. Kevin Mackey has our best of Montana moment.
Just off Montana Highway 287 in Madison County stands Robbers Roost. This stagecoach stop and inn was a crossroads, primarily between Bannock to or from Virginia City and Helena. Bannock was the site of the first major discovery of gold in what would become Montana Territory. Alder Gulch near Virginia City had one of North America's largest gold strikes.
The Robbers Roost was used as a combination of a stage station, a saloon, and dining hall, and a dance hall in the top floor. An important way station for those that were traveling by stage, as well as those who were on their own, who were coming through here in covered wagons.
A pretty intriguing history, but for years the story took on even more color. The sign introducing the inn recounts the myth of it being a hangout of the innocents, a group of gold robbers led by the notorious Sheriff Henry Plummer. Legend has it Plummer and his gang used the place to scout out stages that might be robbed farther down the road. Only one problem: the inn was built in 1866, and the dates don't match.
Because the men who were identified as road agents had already been hanged or chased out of the area by 1866.
Gary says it probably wasn't even known as Robbers Roost until the 1920s.
I think it was a combined effort on the part of a lot of chambers of commerce to help themselves with more tourist traffic.
The inn was built by Irish immigrant Peter Daly.
Made his way to the territory of Montana just a few days behind the discovery of gold over in Virginia City. Pete held a number of claims up and down the creeks in this area.
The inn he built probably would have been a lucrative venture, but it was a lot of work.
He knew how to be successful in running an inn. Any one coach during that time could have held as many as 18 people.
Pete and his wife Nancy offered weary stage riders a welcome respite from the road. There was a well to wash up
that people could use for getting cleaned up a bit, and also it was pretty common to have a community toothbrush that would be tied onto the well. I'm guessing that most all of the cooking for meals that were served here was done by Nancy Daly.
Inside the now rundown interior, Gary shows NBC Montana the accommodations.
Inside the section of the first floor that was used as a bar and a gambling area.
It's where the men would have entered. The women would have had their own entrance.
We're walking in now to the area on the first floor of the Robbers Roost building that would have served as the dining room and kitchen, and then there were two rooms off of this dining room which were used for overnight women's lodging.
Upstairs was the dance hall. Makes you wonder how well travelers might have slept. The most famous guest at the inn was Bill Fairweather.
Bill was the man who made the original discovery of gold in what is now the Alder Gulch there in Virginia City.
Bill Fairweather struck it rich, but Gary says fast forward 10 years or so to a much different story.
Bill had done a pretty good job of finding his way to the bottom of a bottle and loved to gamble. By the time he got out of the stagecoach here, he was penniless and an alcoholic and barely alive.
He was given a bedroom at Daly's Inn to lie in.
Nancy Daly served as a nurse to him, but it was only about 2 days later after his arrival here that he passed away.
Today, the Virginia City Preservation Alliance owns and maintains the Roost and its surrounding property. It oversees the place, including this cabin.
There is a possibility that the first 2/3 of this cabin may have been the original cabin of Pete Daly. I believe this was probably a barn or some sort of a stable.
Behind this gate is the original road to and from Helena. The arrival of the stage drawn by 4 to 6 horses would have been an exciting event.
It would roll in here, it would stop, and it would be a frantic dance that they would do to get the horses out of harness and off to the side while they're bringing in a new set of horses, and off they would go to Virginia City.
It would have been a Montana moment. Kevin Mackey, NBC, Montana. If you want to watch this story again or any of our Montana moments, go to NBCMontana.com/Montana Moment. These unique stories about the Treasure State, its history, and its great people are now the Montana Moment podcast. Look for new episodes every week. If you have a story idea, let us know. Until next time, be safe, stay healthy, and keep making Montana moments.